It's turning red and not brown. Leaves more. The sky that is too bright from all the skyscrapers, and I hold you back from the speeding cars going nowhere, nothing for no one.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I keep saying that I'm sorry. I know it's strange. Strange in a George W. Bush hasn't been assassinated yet kind of way. But I say I'm sorry for stupid shit and trivial things. And she sings the sweet logic that apologies should grow like trees, only able to bear fruit if its root is planted in the soil of genuine sincerity. But I somehow managed to parody each apology by speaking before every act, and the fact is, I'm not really sorry that I completely dig Degrassi. Because it was Yick and Arthur who got me through wet dreams and puberty. Lady, I don't expect you to understand the reference, but I've been into this shit ever since the casting director said, fuck physicality. Give me some reality. Even kids who can't act and are ugly, they'll teach the world about beauty. Lady, I can relate to this. Because before you met me, I used to want to lock myself into a vault just to feel precious. But now as we kiss hello and goodbye, I feel a self-worth no bank or can tally. And my heart's a protest that I rally against my ribs. Cause I want to build my bones into cribs and lay my reluctance to rest. Test what it would be like to live frenetically, to hold you unapologetically, to plant a giving tree on my front lawn so when you're gone it can give you back to me. And I'm sorry that when you sleep next to me you're forced to listen to the symphony of the unplugged nostril. And I'm sorry that one time for some reason I called you ma'am. That's fucked up. Fucked up, and I just bought a pair of Speedos so I can go swimming with you kind of way. And crazier than that is the fact that I'll play at being brave, because doubt is about as useful as a fire escape when you're trying to dodge a tidal wave. When you got no time to save anybody but yourself, you better believe that you're worth it, and you are worth the time it takes to take the time to get to know you. We've managed to muddle through the awkward states of I like you, do you like me? When we both said yes, life became a multiple choice test. Not knowing anything, we became each other's best guess, and holding your hand is less like inspiration, more like discovery. Lady, I don't have to study you to be sure. You're the choice I made before I knew what the other choices were.
It was made easy, like a sham in the summer full of pretense and low-grade suggestions. I want you sweetly in a world full of holes with the brightness of all our convictions.
And like the best idea I'll ever have, I want you to occur to me daily. And I'm sorry that I want to kiss you every time you have something incredible to say. But you're beautiful, beautiful in a you kind of way. You're like the long-lost final of Louis Armstrong. And I want to play you until it skips, I want to play you until it skips. I want to tell you a secret, and I want you to listen with your lips. I want my hands on your hips like they were their final resting place. Then put that feeling on a paper so you can trace their lifetime back to the fact that I'm more inclined to find a space in your heart to haunt for as long as you want me to. Lady, I'll rattle chains up and down the halls of you. And this isn't the greatest romance the world has ever seen. Let's face it, we've been making out to songs about breakup and heartache. But I've come to understand that romance should be less like a flower and more like an earthquake. And I'm not saying that I want to shake cities to the ground. I'm not saying that I want the rubble that remains to come a lost and found where we find the kind of tolerance it takes to rebuild in the face of tragedy. Because I'm tired of living in a world that says people only come together when faced with catastrophe. I want you to want me to be the me you see when I'm free to be the me that got me next to you. And as for romance, well, I want that too. I want to fall asleep next to you 100 times a night so I can know you 100 times better before we get to daylight. And in spite of all of this, I also want amnesia so that I can relive each kiss with a perfect newness that leaves me smashed in the arms of rapture. I want the sky to fracture into the impossible weight of an apology because I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I want so much. Sorry that I've been using I'm sorry as a crutch to lean on for so long. But if you sing me that song of sweet logic again, then I promise to make the effort to stand on my own. There's a reason that our hearts are more like a muscle and less like a bone. I've known so many people who've grown up flexing in front of the mirrors and falling for their own reflection to be adequate. That's bullshit. Because we only get from now until the time we go. And if they've only got time to love themselves, then no one's going to be around to hear the sound of their heartbeat echo. So lady, don't expect an apology when I tell you I'm only held together by a heart that pumps blue. It's the strongest muscle in my body, and I'm flexing mine for you.